for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
How do you see the current situation in the Balkans? We have a Dodik, we have a non-balanced Bosnia, and we have a Macedonia with another government, which will be helped by Putin's friends Orban with 1 billion euros.
I think that this is a very tenuous time in the Balkans, very politically fragile, with opportunities that could in fact be a flashpoint for not only violence, but if not properly addressed, could yield to armed conflict. It is so dangerous right now. When we look at the past year, the attack on Banska, what happened in Kosovo, the NATO peacekeepers were attacked, people died. At that point, I was so worried during those hours after these events that it could have yielded to armed conflict. It is that tenuous right now. And you mentioned Dodik. Milorad Dodik has for years continued to call for the secession of the political entity, the Serb political entity, Republika Srpska, inside Bosnia. He's now being prosecuted by the highest court of the land for his undermining of the Dayton Peace Accords, but he has openly, flagrantly violated the Dayton Peace Accords. And I don't believe that his actions, his misconduct, have been properly addressed by the institutions in Bosnia.
Let's stop a little more in the Macedonia. How do you think that Macedonia is moving towards the EU with appropriate steps?
Well, it's my understanding, and I know that a government is now in discussion, and it is going to be most likely announced tomorrow. When I look at Macedonia, and what I'm hearing is it's yielding to a more nationalist, more pro-Russian government. We only need to look to Brussels for the recent EU parliamentary elections, a big surge by the right wing across Europe in their representation in that parliamentary assembly. That is of great concern because these impulses of nationalism yield to attacks on minorities, the exclusion of minorities. I understand that the president has removed the Albanian language from the government website, which I think is a terrible action at the beginning of her tenure as president. Macedonia includes Albanians. They are part of Macedonians' history, and they live and are citizens here in this country. They should not be marginalized by removing the language from the government website. It sends a terrible signal to all people in the country.
Mm-hmm.